All right, so I opened it up and we already got one box out of it. I still don't have the slightest idea what I'm even unboxing. And they're all individually wrapped. It looks like. How many of these boxes are there? Oh my gosh, they just keep coming out. Oh, I see color. I think I know what it is. I see one of the colors on the side. I think I know what it is. It's orange. I bet you this is Auxbeam. Ooh, what did Auxbeam send me? Oh, baby, look at that. Uh-oh. Big things are gonna happen. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Corey, you're watching Big Rock Overland, and in this video today, we're gonna be making a Baja-style light bar out of these Auxbeam pod lights, the V Ultras. I've got a couple amber, and I've got a couple white. First thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and open these lights up and check out, make sure everything's there, and then I'm gonna try to lay them out on top of the roof rack that we're gonna mount them on to make sure they're all in place correctly. And then I also included the, this 8 light wiring harness. So it should just be plug and play in terms of the top section. And the tricky part's gonna be wiring it down into the actual engine bay. And I'm gonna be hooking it up to my Auxbeam 12-gang switch panel. And we're gonna see how this works out. These things look awesome. They've got daytime running mode and the actual lighting on it. So I'm gonna hook them up to 2 different switches. One's gonna be for the daytime running lights and one's going to be for the actual light itself. Now let's get these open and see what's inside. All right, you are important. I like that, very nice, very nice. Ooh, we got some nice little sticker. Some specs about the lights themselves. I believe they're 108 watts for the pair, it says. Size, it says 3-inch. Maybe this ain't the right one. All right, we got, oh, the covers are on the actual lights themselves. Ooh, those are heavy. Those are nice. Very good quality. Metal housing. Plastic caps on the top. This one looks like it might be the amber set. If I can get this open. I can't do this one-handed. All right, so included, looks like they give you a wiring harness in case you want to hook these up individually, but we have the wiring harness, so we don't need these. All right, we got some included hardware and the plugs. Oh, this is gonna make it so easy to just plug these in, literally, and they're good to go. It's gonna be so fast, I hope. Got little mounting brackets. These look nice. These are the 5-inch versions, and man, this thing is gonna be freaking sweet. Let's get these up on the truck and see how they look. All right, so on my rack, I've got these slits like this. And so that's how I'm gonna put them on here. This is real simple. We're just gonna take this bolt just like this. All right, so you're gonna take your bolt, because it's got bolt holders right here on the top, and feed that through, and that's gonna lock that bolt head in there, so you ain't gotta do a whole lot with it. And then I'm gonna feed that down into the holes here. Then you're gonna take your locking washer and your flat washer and the bolt that goes on the bottom, and I'm gonna put this up against it like this. Then you put that locking washer on there, and then you can put the nut on there just like that. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and hand tighten these all down just to get the brackets on first, and then I'll come back in here after I've got them oriented how I want to, and I'll tighten everything down. All right, so I have a slight problem here. I have 8, and I only have 7 slots on the top for some reason. So I'm gonna drill right into that flat spot right there on both sides. And so this will be like this. And then I've got these all spaced out like I want them, roughly. And I'm gonna hand tighten them and get them where I want them, and then tighten them down permanently and see how we are. I'm gonna try to mount them with this little angled slot piece towards the front. That way I can actually tilt them down quite a bit. And it's pretty simple. So once you've got this bolt in here, you've just got 2 bolts on each side. One will allow you to swivel it, and one's gonna hold the whole thing in place. I put the top ones in first, all the way across, and then we'll go back through and add the other ones. And then before I get everything tightened down all the way, I'm gonna get these lined up in the right position again and make sure we've got it right. I got them all tightened down pretty much and tilted at the angle that I want them at, which is basically straight down because they're way up in the air. And I'm gonna loosely orient them again and we'll be done after I get everything plugged in. Plugging them in is actually really simple. So I'm gonna stuff my wiring harness up into here, but you just take one of these plugs, just like this, it's pretty simple. And you match it up with that right there. Just like that, simple. Locks in together. It's got a waterproof sealing on it, and that's it. These things are looking sweet. We got them plugged in just to see if they work. It's gonna be bright. Ooh, okay, there's the running lights. Okay, they're not like, it's because the other ones have the amber film on them. They're a little bit more amber, but they're working. You ready to not see ever again? Holy, oh my God, those are bright. Oh man, okay, I can't see. All right, so 80,600 lumens, right? 81,600. Let's see the DRL lights, the daytime running lights, sorry. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, that's what the daytime running lights on. You want to turn those back off and then back on? Nice. All right, hit the actual lights. Holy, it's so bright. All right. Oh my goodness. That is ridiculous. Now all these plugs are all waterproof and sealed, so I'm gonna push these up underneath the top of my rack here, and I'm actually just gonna zip tie them down to hold them in place to make sure nothing will happen to them. Up under here, they'll be completely safe. I'm not worried about them at all. But I am gonna have to figure out how in the world or what to do with this big old fat cord that runs down to underneath the hood. Of course, I can go down up underneath the A-pillar, but I'm worried about the windshield part. Now, I don't have a snorkel yet. If I had a snorkel, that'd be perfect to just put the snorkel right over the top of it. But it may just be ugly for now, I guess. All right, so I got all the wires tucked up in there, zip tied up and hidden. Nice and well, as you can see. I think we're good, other than figuring out the hood part here. I got the cable ran. I'm gonna run it temporarily through my door jamb like this. It's not smart, I wouldn't advise it. If you've got a snorkel, I would definitely just run it along this pillar and just zip tie it to the back of the snorkel or something like that. Went underneath the A-pillar, through the little foam thing here, and then I just tucked all my little extra wire down inside wherever the aux switches are for this thing by default. Now, here's my Auxbeam switch panel, and red is positive, black is negative, white is positive, blue is negative. And I got one on a 30 amp and the other on the 20 amp. Now, I've got everything all hooked up together. Let's see if the switch panel will kick everything on. All right, so we are here in the command center. I've got my Auxbeam switch panel up here. Now let's go ahead and start the truck up and see if the lights will work. Okay, so got a little bit of an update for you. So if you want these to work where one switch is the main lights and one switch is the DRL lights, the main lights are the blue one and the DRL lights are the white one. And I'm gonna be honest, I really thought you had to connect the ground and the power, and you don't, because the switch panel already has that in it. So this is what's helping get that going. So now when we turn these on, switch number 2, boom, big lights. Boom, DRL running lights. Look at those. Flop them over, turn them both on. Oh my God, okay. Looking to upgrade your lighting game? The Auxbeam Ultra Series 5-inch LED pod lights deliver serious performance and durability. You'll find a link in the description below, and don't forget to use our discount code at checkout to save you a little extra. We installed 8 of these pod lights using Auxbeam's 8-light wiring harness, making the process incredibly simple. Paired with the Auxbeam 12-gang switch panel, the entire system integrates flawlessly. For a clean and professional setup that works as good as it looks, check out Auxbeam through the links below.